Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good daffy, and welcome to a bit of the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, or rather, the Shivering Isles. I don't know what we're doing today, I don't know where we're going. But we're about to find out. Is there a tripwire here? There probably will be later on. I actually don't even know what we're doing today. Okay, I've actually got enough room in my inventory, that's good. I don't like the look of this place. I think we're rebuilding the Ministry of Defence, i.e. one guy. Quite literally. But who knows? Shit. No, it's not worth it for the weight. Are these differently named, these shambles? Are they not? Are they called bone shambles? Mr. Bow Shangles. Oh bugger! Why did I leave stealth then? Yoo-hoo! Any skulls? There are spooky, scary skeletons. Or just one. Maths with John today. If I'm a bit giddy today, or I'm a bit out of it, I apologise, or do it unless you want the giddiness. I mean, I'll apologise for that anyway. Ooh, Mandosaur. Ooh. It's because I have to be today. Dad's been unwell recently. And, yeah, it's a bit of a hide the pain Harold moment for me, really. But right now, I've actually got some time to chill the fuck out, and that is just what I'm gonna do. I am a shit alchemist. How many potions have I brewed and I still don't know? How to properly collect plants, you know? But everything I'm doing is fucking failing. Oh, that's clever. Him, not so much, but the idea of, like, one of them waking up is pretty clever. Failed experiment as well. Well, I've collected one thing, great. Just in case I need it for that alchemy quest or ingredients quest. And to be honest, it's not a bad way of like getting you to explore the world and like actually do things that make sense in the world. What the fuck is going on with my restoration here? Taking its goddamn time leveling up. In fact, hang on, have I actually got a better spell than that? Have I got a potion of sorcery? Oh, I haven't got enough magic yet, never mind. So that's cheaper, so that's going on my... Yeah. I don't know if it's greater effect or not. Don't give a shit. I'm gonna kill this thing. Oh, I see! Oh, sorry. Calipers. Piece of paper, I like those. Oh, it's Duskfang, great. I've really got to be careful of those, because if there's any skulls that I need and that thing's blowing them around, I'm not going to be best pleased. If I genuinely wouldn't be surprised... Fuck's sake, if there was actually a skull here that I needed. Skeleton. Hello. Fuck off. Believe me, when you see it, you will know what it is I'm looking for. I apologise for the obfuscation. But I don't think they'll be hidden obviously here. Or maybe they would, and the trap has just blown them all away. Save the game, I don't want any more trouble. So, yeah, today's sort of gaming topic is going to be like Baldur's Gate 3, when I can focus on it. The wonders of ADHD, right? And, yeah, I don't get it either. Skeleton holding a silver claymore. But never mind. So... Are there always gems left on the corner? It's very suspicious indeed. Those there. Oh, I ain't gonna complain, I'm just curious. Oh, hello. This looks like a very interesting chamber. Perhaps Hunger vs. Shambles. Experiment set up and hypothesis Hunger vs. Shambles with Elven Catalyst. While generally an even match, these two Shambles versus a single Hunger, previous experiments have indicated that the presence of a warm body causes the Hunger to increase its ferocity. This territorial Hunger imperative is completely lacking in the Shambles. They seek to destroy life, not to devour it. In this case, I have confined a Hunger to his cage, while leaving an unspoiled high-elf female in viewing distance. Hunger seem to have a particular thirst for elf maiden blood. For this one, on the verge of flowering, should be a particularly irresistible morsel. I hypothesize that the Hunger will fight with greater force and precision in the oncoming battle, and after I let the creature and elf maiden stew a while in each other's proximity. I shall return in a few days to run the experiment. Oh dear. And here she's watching. I imagine... Yep, I can see one of the cages down there. So we have to hope that these two things are going to kill each other. Oh! There was a pit in the ground. Right, so. I see. So poison darts. Aha! Rain from the ceiling. So the Elven Maid is there. I imagine one of these releases the combatants. This goes to Shambles. The Hunger. And now a Hound. I could just open the floor. There's the Hunger. The Maiden is saved, but the Hunger... Oh, unfortunately it's not. I see, so she runs over there. And there we are. Evacuating the room. But let's... release the monsters. Because there might be a skull down there that I need, and I don't particularly want to go down that pit. Can't see a skull, or can I? No, I'll wait. So there you have another one of the rather sick experiments being run here. So, as I've now learnt, stealth attack does not actually break a stealth. Unless of course the enemy faces me, in which case yes it does. Test subject. So yeah, so Baldur's Gate has been in the news. It's developing quite rapidly and is going to be coming out on the 6th of October. Which is only 2 months away, but it feels like longest time. It's actually coming out of early access, which I bought originally. Because one, it's Baldur's Gate, and two, it's Larian, so I know that it is going to be good. It's going to be interesting playing. I wasn't actually that into it, as I found out, which is a bit of a pity, but like it was, as I say, very early access, and I just wasn't that bothered about, you know, making a character, losing all my progress. But yeah, it's doing quite well for itself. I've seen some developers bemoaning its existence. Like, oh, this should not be the new standard of role-playing games. Like, well, why the fuck should it not be? Oh, not everyone can make an RPG like that. No, we're not expecting you to do that. Like, seriously, is anyone who was saying this about? Like, were they there saying that about the Elder Scrolls Skyrim? Were they there about Starfield? Were they there about Dark Souls? You know, where were these people when other more games were around, or were they okay? Bearing in mind as well that, like, CRPGs have been around a lot fucking longer than those games, you know? So one must at some stage ask, you know, what the fuck? And indeed, in this room, What the fuck? Oh, hello, look, pick up that. I don't need them, but... What an odd room. I have the impression that the devs actually quite enjoyed running these dungeons. No, one of those is going to come alive. Yeah, you don't just walk into a room with 3 bodies on the floor and one of them not come alive. Just out of curiosity, is that actually going to close it from the inside or open something else? Well, that was interesting. Reminds me. Anything on here? Nope. Just checking the ledges. You're gonna think I'm fucking mad, which is quite appropriate, really, given the expansion's material. That's what I did. Oh, I can search it so it is dead. Novice gear, not interested. Sorry, my nose. Who's the greatest? Oh, get that in one go. Yeah, it's like Baldur's Gate 3 has been renowned for its success. Hello, weak old blood. Experiment setup and hypothesis. Weak old blood. I have paired up a hound in a shambles of equal fighting capacity. However, I have recently drained the hound of its zombie blood and replaced it with the blood extracted from a Breton corpse, which had lain for a week, rotting in the hot sun. When I return, having let it accumulate its new supply of vital fluid, I expect the hound will perform much less efficiently, with less efficiency than normal. Project Hound's Blood, Day 7. Project Hound's 7 Blood. Day 1, Observations. My theory stated that before the trial is thus. Blending the most recent concoction of hound blood with that of a headless zombie will result in a beast of greater fury and resistance to pain. That's 1. Subject 1 has the current concoction, and Subject 2 has the new mixture. Battle 1. Subject 1 lasted approximately 1 minute before expiring, having done an average amount of injury to Subject 2. Subject 2 seems not to have noticed most of the injuries he received. Battle 2. After drawn-out combat, Subject 1 killed Subject 2, but suffered near-fatal wounds. Subject 2 fought to the bitter end with the same energy it started with. Battle 3. Subject 1 went out very quickly. Battle 4. Subject 1 lasted less than a minute. Subject 2 did little injury. Test 2. Subject A and B have both the standard blood. Subject C and D both have the new blood. Battle 1, A versus B. Lasted just over a minute, both hounds suffering grievous injury and somewhat bothered by their wounds. Battle 2, A versus B. Nearly identical results. Battle 3, C versus D. Lasted over 2 minutes, both hounds suffering grievous injury. Neither seemed very winded or bothered by their wounds. Battle C versus D. Lasted under 1 minute, both suffering grievous injury. Neither seemed very bothered by their wounds. It seems my original theory was correct. In future trial, I will try watering down the headless zombie blood before adding it to the mixture, to gain some insight into the actual potency of the blood itself and determine how much of the additional effect is coming from its combination with existing ingredients. So it seems as though we can't actually go into these rooms. Even here. It is entirely unbothered by my presence. So, therefore I hypothesize there is no skull of the stairs. There's skulls along those ridges there and the back. No, they are hidden in quite strange places, so that's why I am. Of course. I heard something clink. I think it was these chains. There we are, chain physics at long last. I don't think they were there in the original. In Oblivion when we first started, before there any patches or anything, so... Woohoo! So been that way. I don't think we can descend any further down. I think we've only got... Oh, we can go this way. Let's see what waits us down here. Perhaps the pit. More experiments! Experiment setup and hypothesis. Reptilian appetite conditioning. I have raised these bullywugs and scalon together from hatchling to adult. I inflicted great pain upon them when they were aggressive towards each other, and rewarded them when they showed aggressive toward others. They have since acquired an almost familial bond, normally expressed in warm-blooded creatures. See previous experiment logs for details. For the last month, I have been starving them on separate occasions, allowing them to occasionally eat, but only tiny amounts of reptilian flesh. I have procured a fatty Breton of previously a luxurious lifestyle. There is not an ounce of muscle on him. He should be a most tempting snack indeed, but we shall see. I shall return soon to run the experiment. There's still time left to starve the reptiles until they are the most desperate. And there you know the Breton. Most interesting. The Scalon does not. Most interesting indeed. As far as I'm aware, there were no actually other logs. I just need to attach a torch to my hotkeys. Where the fuck are they? There they are. See what that does. Okay, right, good. Yeah, sometimes they don't get rebound for some reason. Or rebinded. I don't really know. Yeah. So, which way are we going? Well, that's fucking unhelpful, isn't it? I think we're going up this way. No, it's not unhelpful. That is, I think, the right way. We shall see. In fact, it's looking like the right way already. Yep, a closed door almost always means progress. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3, it's like, why shouldn't it be the new standard of RPGs? Because they've worked really fucking hard on it, you know? And Larian, of course, they're one of the first sort of game developers to use Kickstarter to a massively efficient degree. Like Pillars of Eternity, I think, was like one of the first, if not the first. Or at least notable example. We'll have to go down that way later. I better just take this actually. Project Limb Removal. This is very unit. What, 631 was it? 731? Bloody hell. I was like, yeah, what happens when we inject people with the bubonic plague? They fucking die. Yeah. Well done, Imperial Japan. Bravo. Jesus wept. Project Limb Removal. Day 12. Observations and summary conclusions. Day 12. Removing an arm from the young wood elf female made her fight all the harder for her life, despite being clearly outmatched. In previous battles, she fought much less bravely and to lesser effect. She lasted a full minute against my army of most angry hounds before her throat was ripped out and I had to revive her. Good God. However, removing just the feet of a middle-aged Nord man made him despondent without any will to defend himself, even against a lesser foe. So pitiful was the look on the face of his corpse that I decided to leave him be rather than resurrect him. After so many years of scientific study, I still cannot abide apathy. I'm sure that my aversion to pity has coloured my findings as I only make use of the most strong-willed test subjects. Though I suppose, flawed as my research may be, it is still more revealing and faithful than others have done before me. Summary conclusions. After studying various combats between the test subjects and this project, I have concluded that, much as the pain threshold is inconsistent with a given species, so too is the effect of the dismemberment. Whether beast or man, the removal of a limb, be it function as a hand or peripheral as a tail, has varying effects on the subject. Owing to do more with individual temperament than any biological cultural endowment, whatever the particular effect, it is substantial. Whether it enhances the subject's tendency towards aggressiveness or passivity, or swings them to the other extreme, removing a limb has a profound effect on behaviour. After reviewing my notes, I will attempt to catalogue all the similarities and differences between the subjects and their responses. I may be able to offer Lord Shogaraf a guidebook detailing how to craft a better kingdom by removing various appendages from the bodies of its people. Yes, thank you, Dr. Goebbels. Let's be fucking cruel, alright? Let's have our own thing. So first of all, does this actually do anything?
Disturb me in my
Effects of poison darts on a Khajiit. Oh, fascinating. Oh, that's nasty. Shame the body's not there anymore, but yeah, that would be nasty. I think they ran out of ideas there. Oh, that's a pit. Great. Oh, hello. Where's she gone? Ooh, any skulls? Yeah, so like, like Baldur's Gate is done well, and like, sorry, but this developer's actually earned their, I think they've more than earned their right to actually decide how the standard should be, given that they've done this without, well, I say that this, like, what pisses me off is, like, people call Larry an independent developer, and yet they actually made Baldur's Gate with Bandai Namco Publishing afterwards. Yes, they were funded, but I still... I don't necessarily like the term. Ironically, this term gives me the ick. But... it sort of gives me the ick when... In fact, I'm not that bothered by it, to be honest. I should be able to look at the skull. Yep, they're fine. Yeah, it sort of gives me the ick when... like... that game was like published by Bandai Namco and yet is heralded as an example of indie development, and it's like it's not independent though, is it? Yes, it was funded on Kickstarter, and that is wonderful. It's a beautiful success story, but it's not necessarily independent now, though, is it? I don't think they're going to have any books that I need. It's interesting decor. Oh, there's more skulls here. Crumple notes. It's just set the basket. I'll drop the basket. Yeah, it's a wonderful success story of how Baldur's Gate came to be, and I don't think it's going to like revolutionize RPGs or anything. It's you know, CRPGs have their niche, and people like what they like about them, and then they, you know, it's like it's not going to compete with Starfield. They be able to do different kinds of people. Anyway, unproductive musings. Today I intended to continue my research into the effect of pain in the host of the unborn, in this case the middle-aged pregnant Breton female, and yet no matter how many times she was ripped out and resurrected, I simply could not bring myself to the requisite attentiveness serious study demands. Rather than the usual precision of observation, my faculties seemed possessed of a particular poetic sensibility, so that rather than dutifully logging each scream and twitch of agony, I seemed transported by her cries to some other place. I became sheltered within a tapestry of tranquility, woven from the screams of the Bretons, anguish warped against the grunts and clacking of the beasts and shambles that toyed with them. It was there, in that spot, that my soul, naked and clean, and I came to a sense of clarity, and like all, dare I say, religious experiences, returning to my mundane senses, I am left with little more than a faded memory of supernal knowledge. Like a burned parchment on which was once written words of wisdom and understanding, of which now only torn and blurred fragments remain. The harder I try to remember that innate knowledge, the more it seems to recede from me. The essence that remains is this. Pain is a force that purifies, ennobles, and uplifts. It is the fire that burns away impurities and melts away imperfections. Death is not a sign of weakness, nor bodily constitution is a sign of strength. It is what happens to the soul when brought into the fire that determines the mettle of men. Those with inner strength are forged into weapons of devastating keenness by pain's fire. Those who are undeserving and weak turn to dark and lifeless ash in its heat. And there it stands in all its inscrutability. So much for an unproductive day. Perhaps tomorrow will lead to more fruitful experiments. How delightful. Marvellous. One of these want to get up. Great. Anything in there? More flesh and no skulls. Nope. So yeah, so Baldur's Gate is but yeah, Baldur's Gate looks good, and Larian, like, I remember being initially a bit perplexed by the choice of developer. Like, on the one hand, yes, I get that they are makers of CRPGs, they know what they're doing. But do I really just want them to remake you know, Divinity Original Sin? Not particularly, no. No research notes for this one. Oh, we've got bets on gang. I personally think the one on the right's taken the most ever beaten. So yeah. Because it's already been spiked. He's now getting some hits in, but he's also getting hit in response. And he's taking quite a few power attacks, there we go. So, I just got to review the skulls. So yeah.
You! I remember you! You're the adventurer who slew my gatekeeper, are you not? The ends justify the means, do they? You'll pay for that one day. Now, by all means, come right in. Walk in here as if you own the place. By what authority do you disturb me?
That of Lord Sheogorath.
I see. Sheogorath is too important to come on his own account. He sends his mortal lackey. Well then, I trust my servants didn't give you too hard a time getting in here? What is it Sheogorath's lackey requires of me? Ah, your tone is more in line with my station.
Milady.
Please continue. Yes, powerful magic indeed. It is proper that you bid me kindly, lest I show you the meaning of pain and suffering. Alas, I am still distraught over the destruction of my sweet child. I cannot return to his womb. You must do this. You will travel to the gardens of flesh and bone. There you will gather mystical components needed for the ceremony. Go fetch me blood liqueur, osseous marrow, dermis membrane, and essence of breath. And take this key. It will allow entry into the gardens and give you direct access to my sanctum. With the gatekeeper gone, the Knights of Order have been causing trouble in the fringe. Oh, you mean my research subjects? Don't trouble yourself with their fates. They're volunteers of one sort or another. Besides, they are furthering important research into the nature of pain and suffering, of life and death. Don't be concerned. I always return the worthy ones to life. Besides, Lord Sheogorath has sanctioned my studies and my methods.
You know, Lordship.
Any loyal servant of the Mad God would respect his decision in this matter.
You just said yourself, he is the Mad God.
I'm glad you are reasonable and open-minded. Perhaps Sheogorath's faith in you isn't misplaced after all. Now let's not speak of this again.
You can actually, however, say to let them go.
Ah, that confirms it. You're the new Duke. The stink of hubris surrounds you.
You are
My lord allows you
the
to
Duke!
lick his bootstraps, does he? Well then, I trust my servants didn't give you too hard a time getting here. I know your type. You believe yourself better than everyone else. You persecute genius when you find it because we are able to see around the sharp corners of your simplified morality. I see the vast horizons of thought while you cannot see past the tip of your own nose. I can grant the guilty the cleansing fire of retribution so they may die purified of soul. And I can grant the worthy everlasting life. And what can you offer the world except the hot air escaping through that hole in your head? Out of deference to my lord Sheogorath, I will allow this outburst. In fact, I will acquiesce to your request. But only if you can prove to me the sincerity of your position and the depth of your conviction. Are you willing to trade places with these souls? To bear the full weight of their pain and afflictions? Weigh this question carefully. Are you sure? You will not easily heal the damage done to you. This is a permanent sacrifice you are making. In fact, it is likely you will die. Perhaps you had better reconsider. Truly. Very well. I wasn't quite finished with them. But as long as you remain in Sheogorath's favor, I will not conduct experiments on these people. Very well. This might hurt a little.
Well, that's interesting. And what effect has that had on me? None that I can particularly see here. Okay, fair enough.
Sheogorath's Duke or not, you try my patience. Are you confused about your task? Like most lesser Daedra, the hunger has a weakness to shock spells. For many years, I labored painstakingly in those gardens until my back bent and my soul became crooked. But the fruits born of that labor were the essential components of true flesh. You will go there and gather the components needed to bring my new child into this world. Did you like that? Pain can be pleasure. You enjoy being in pain, do you? Here, I'm sure you'll enjoy these then.
The manacles of pain.
You will travel to the gardens of flesh and bone and collect for me these things. Blood liquor, osseous marrow, dermis membrane, and the essence of breath. Are you not the exalted Duke, slayer of the great gatekeeper, champion of our mighty lord Sheogorath? I'm sure you'll be able to find these things. If not, perhaps Sheogorath's faith in you is misplaced. Go now. You try my patience.
Okay.
Away with you, dog, and fetch me those components.
So, I mean, that guy, unfortunately, you know, is fucking gone. Oh! As is that one. Well, that's great. I can't speak to the victim, unfortunately. Or the one there, or the one there, wherever they've gone. So, yeah. However, I've been given the Manacles of Pain. What are they? They drain my endurance by 10 points of self, but they fortify my strength and willpower, but they also drain my intelligence. So, not bad. Although I think my intelligence was low enough to wear the manacles of pain, so yeah. Right, before we go, I actually want to go to the corpse pit and just have a nosy on over. So that there looks like a corpse and a pit. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate 3, it's it's looking pretty good. It looks like a game, it's doing very well. And as well, it's giving D&D another well-needed chance in the video game arena. Because I think like D&D is starting to go through it's going through like its current Warhammer phase where like they had this really shit run and just produced utter cack all the time, and then they start producing good games and like realizing that the license is worth more, that they can actually make a lot more money from video games if they just, you know, gave it to people who knew what the fuck they were doing. And lo and behold, it worked out well for them. Holy shit, can you believe that? Giving your license to good game developers means you can make good games. I know, right? It's fucking lunacy. That just takes us back to where we were. That's fine. So some good loot there. Of course. Any skulls? Oh, I can see. Okay. So it's fucking law that one of those bodies has one. But never mind. So yeah, what was on about again? Just trying to find my way out now. I guess I gotta keep going up the stairs. No notes in here. Fair enough. Been there. Let's have a look around here. Oh, fair enough, right. Yeah, so like, I'm looking forward to playing Baldur's Gate and seeing how far it's coming in early access. Yeah, I've looked at like the changes they made from 5th edition, and surprisingly, there's not actually that many. They've been fairly faithful to the game itself. There's a couple of things I'm interested in. Like one is like Acid Splash is no longer just like it does what it's supposed to do. It does exactly what it says on the tin, but in that it splashes everywhere. That's a good one. Dark vision range is reduced to like 60 feet and 120 feet for ordinary and like I don't know, like special dark vision, which is really good. Yeah, like they've done well to adapt it to the video game setting. They've not changed much, like so dramatically that it's offensive. All of that said, I haven't properly read through everything, so I could be wrong about some things, but I doubt it. So yeah. Finally put an end to the bombardments. Thank Christ for that. That's not something I can collect, is it? It's not like a... No, it's just an environmental effect rather than a chemical ingredient. That's okay. No skulls here. I know there is at least one skull in Fortress Ruins. I just don't know where. I think it's one we have to go to. It might well be in the Garden of Flesh and Bone, to be honest. I think they are in the open. I don't think they're ever found in containers. Well, he knows I'm here. Any skulls? Nope, right, that's nice. Yeah, so Baldur's Gate is looking good. There's a mechanic called Karmic Dice, which I'm not greatly fond of. As well as like dice seeds. I'll explain those both. So Karmic Dice is basically like bad luck protection. So like if you roll poorly, you have a greater chance of rolling higher later on. Hopefully that's something you can just toggle on and off. Because don't get me wrong, I appreciate there's no such thing as like real randomness or whatever, but I like there for there to be some element of it. I think it's something that if you're playing this game, you probably know what it is. Oh, just excuse me 1 second. What's the pause button on this? And I are back. Hello again. So, as I was saying with Karmic Dice, why is it telling me to go back there? Is it telling me to go back there? No, to the Gates of Madness. Excuse me, let's just fast travel. See, but so Karmic Dice is like, yeah, I appreciate there's not really any such thing as randomness, but I'd rather actually there be, you know, the whole dice mechanic like try to be have an illusion, and like yeah, it sucks to kind of keep rolling, but save scumming is your god-given right, and no matter what anyone tells you.
Everything is gone. What a shame. If you want to sneak up on me, don't feel bad that you're not.
Yeah, gifted, alright. So yeah, so there's that, and also as well, like, it's strange as well, because I think it contradicts something that was said earlier about how there is also like dice seeds. So basically, a seed is like a randomly generated. It's like a random generator, yeah, or it's what generates the whatever it is you're trying to do. So in this instance, a dice seed. Excuse me 1 second. Let's just get inside. Oh, you're fucking joking. Thank you. Sorry. Ah, fuck. Curse is gone. Right. Yeah. So the idea is like basically determines that like if you try to save scum, and which is to say you get a poor result and you reload the save file, what will happen is the game will basically just tell you the same dice result every time, no matter what. And oh shit. Yeah, you'll get the same result on the dice every time. Which again I don't like. I mean, of course, you know, save scumming, that's what I do. But and here's the thing is, like, I'm also like in defense of dice rolls, and yet I save scum. So what do I mean? So like, there's a lot of people who don't want to play this game because of the dice rolls. Like, and here's the thing, like, games are always rolling dice in some fashion or another. There is always some sort of random number generation going on. It's like with Disco Elysium, people don't like seeing the dice rolls. It's like, well, they'd be there anyway. You wouldn't complain about the luck mechanic if you couldn't see the dice. So what's the problem? So obviously your argument has no merit, because you're just complaining about the presence of dice, or rather the visibility of the dice, rather than their presence. Fuck it, let's go this way. And no, I don't know why people will complain about the presence of dice either. Because they're there either way. And the thing as well is, like, this isn't anything new to D&D. Like this has been around in Baldur's Gate forever. It's just you didn't see the dice; you'd see it in the combat logs. Oh, hello. Is there something? Is there actually anything over there? No. Never mind, worth a look though. Okay. Oh, well, I've just fucked myself over. This is a shortcut out, maybe, I'm not sure. Or do I have to close that to open the door over here, maybe? Or am I just going the wrong way? Yeah, the answer is I've just gone the wrong way. Let's open that so I don't confuse myself. Right. So, downwards we go. Would help as well if I follow the fucking torches. Lo and behold! Progress! So, yeah, so like, the dice mechanics have always been there. Like, they've been there in Baldur's Gate, just that they were in the combat logs. And the thing as well is, like, you're not having to deal with Thaco, you know, to hit armor class 0. you are dealing with ascending armor class order, ascending AC, so it is pretty easy to understand. And not to mention as well, like, there are so many games that are just shit at doing combat, like mechanics. Like, tell me the calculation. Tell me how much damage I'm going to do in a JRPG. Any RPG, any JRPG. I challenge you to tell me how much damage I'm going to do to someone based on the stats I see. Yeah. In fact, let's have a look at Oblivion. Here we go. Or any RPG. Right. This weapon does 13 damage. What does that mean? Yeah. Does that mean that every time I hit someone, it does 13 points of damage? Okay, so how many hit points does this thing have? Yeah? Yeah, does it have that many? Or what? You know, like, how is it calculating that damage? In World of Warcraft, there are multiple damage meters to determine how much damage you're actually doing, because the combat's going that quick, and the numbers that high, you need the game to kind of do it for you. Yeah, and the thing is that those meters are wrong. A lot of those meters are wrong. You might have SCADA, which tells you one thing, you might have the other one, which I forgot to recall the name of. But I preferred. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't matter if I prefer it or not. It's incorrect. And do the developers even know what the math is? You know, because when the numbers get that high, are you quite sure you actually know what you're doing at that point? You know? Like, you're game developers, not mathematicians, you know? And here's the thing, neither am I. Mass Effect! You see the fucking weird stats in those games. Christ in heaven. I'm just sat genuinely wondering, like, how? How does any of this make sense? And, like, I guess in a game like this where it's like, it doesn't really matter, you'll see the enemies go down, and the computer's doing it all for you. I get that. On the other hand, the reason why it took Fallout so long to come out as a tabletop role-playing game is because no one could do the maths. So, like, seriously, go on the Fallout wiki, look at the damage threshold formula, and that's threshold, not damage resistance. Yeah? And look at that calculation. It has brackets and those, like, X's and italics, and it's fucking algebra. Yeah? Who wants to do algebra at the tabletop? Nobody. Yeah? So, yeah. So that's why it took so long, because no one knew how to do it. And, like, even, like, Fallout D20 and things like that, there's a lot of problems with those such systems. So yeah, 20-sided dice. You roll it, you add your modifiers, you see what happens. Any resistances or immunities? Right, great. Nothing could be simpler. Yeah. I know I've just alerted both of them when I could have actually maybe just killed one with stealth, but never mind. Doesn't matter at the end of the day. My blade skill goes up. Oh, what the fuck? That's one place I need to be. I want to fully clear out these caves first. If there's anything I can grab from here and get it done now, that would be greatly appreciated. Hello, a cave in. Any skulls for me here? No? Never mind. Seriously, this obsession might actually be worth it. I make no promises. I hope it will be. I'll kick my own ass later, aren't I? 3 parts and I'm like, FUCK! Why did I bother? I've just remembered, I need to repair my gear. So yeah. Yeah, so the D20 system works, and I like actually knowing how things work, because there are a great many times when I look at things and I'm like, are you sure this is right? You know, like, in fact, World of Warcraft itself has been wrong about its maths multiple times, where like it says, oh yeah, this is an upgrade, and then like you actually run it through like a simulation, like a theory crafting bot and whatnot, and it's like, actually, no, it's not. It's entirely incorrect. Dermis, right up my dermis. Yeah, like seriously, like the WoW devs actually got some of their maths wrong when it comes to like how their game calculates an upgrade, and so people have been falling into a trap where they've been actually getting rid of gear that would be beneficial to them, but because the stats say it's higher, actually no, it's not as good as this other thing. The game itself cannot calculate an upgrade or not, you know. It's like, let's say I went for this, you know, okay. I'm doing like, okay, 15 points of damage plus 15 points of damage on strike, okay. So that's like, what, 30 damage total? Okay, but how do I know it's not better than, I don't know, that? You know? Because it has this other different effect and all this sort of stuff. It's 30 points of damage in theory, you know? But as for like JRPGs, I think are one of the worst offenders, and I hate to say that, but it's true, because it's like, I look at that and I just think like, how the fuck am I meant to, like, it says like, this weapon does, I don't know, like 6 points of damage, or this attack does 6 points of damage, whatever. Okay, but then I'm doing 13, 22, 4, 8, 71, you know? I just don't get it. And like, since WoW, I barely trust games to actually kind of do it right, you know? So that's why I like the D20 system. It's like, you roll 20-sided dice, you add your modifiers, and you can see that, you can work it out. Like, even THAC0, for Christ's sakes, is better than most other games, because you can see the maths being done. Yeah? And if you don't believe the game, you can read the books. Durable battle axe, nice. Let's make it even more durable. So I think it's telling us to go that way. So yeah, yeah. So I know a lot of people don't like the D20 system, but well, and to be honest, I don't like in role-playing games, like in the tabletop. I'm not a big fan of the the D20 system. I don't like having to roll that many dice, different kind of dice. It confuses my darling dearest, who is trying to get, and she does really try to get into D&D, but it can prove difficult when there's just so much stuff going on. And the thing is, well, is like, I'm actually looking at a game like Delta Green to run for her, and like, that's kind of what I'm going to move on to next. Like, Delta Green is like the modern day Call of Cthulhu, where you play as like government agents, and like it's almost like the Blacklist meets Call of Cthulhu, which is very fucking weird, I know, but like, it's like just like your ordinary people working for these different places, and you kind of have to lead a double life where you are not just an agent of, I know, the FBI and whatnot, and the police or the CDC even, the FDA, in the adventure that I'm, the operation that I'm running rather. You also have to like kind of just answer the call. You know that moment in the Blacklist where like Raymond Reddington is calling up all his surgeons and whatnot? That's what you have to do. When Delta Green comes knocking, you answer the fucking door. And you've got to deal with Cthulhu. And if you can't deal with them, you've got to cover it up. And they cannot... yeah, they can't just... they can't just ignore... Like, they can't just ignore that you might have killed a bunch of people, or that you've burnt people's houses down and shit. You know? Yes, it's for the greater good, but try telling the police. Try telling the police that, you know, you killed a bunch of aliens. Yeah, you're part of the CDC, no one gives a fuck. Fucking ninja there. Fucking hell, can I block, for Christ's sakes? It's gonna be fucking sod's law that there's a skull here. Because, I mean, just look at this place, of course there is. Alright, come this way, I don't want to draw your buddy's attention. Oh! They actually can't see me. Nice! The hide action in effect. But yeah, like, Delta Green is like, it's a D100 system. And, like, so you roll like 100-sided dice, or you roll percentile dice, one's your tens and one's your units. And what I like about it is it's actually kind of uncomplicated. Oh, Rogue of Glib Tongues. That's actually pretty good, that. It's such a great role-playing thing as well, that. Okay, what's the problem? Soul Trap. I'm going to keep that bow. What can I get rid of, though? Staff of Fireball, Staff of Taming. Oh, I need the Staff of Taming, don't I? Because I don't think I was given a bow, was I? No, a spell to tame those monsters. I'm going to get rid of those. And those two, I've got some room. But I will need to drop off that battle axe. Bottle up the essence of breath. See, this makes necromancy quite interesting. Like, as like credit to Divinity Ego Dragonis as well for having a similar mechanic. Well, like, well, not necessarily. Well, similar to this anyway, in that like you do actually like have to build some sort of abomination thing. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The fuck? I'm in some weird places now, aren't I? Ho hum diddle die dum. I'm looking for skulls. I will have my skulls. could just imagine Wes Johnson going, "Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne." I actually managed to get a rot scale. Well done me. But yeah, I could just imagine him like, because I'm sure like you could like pay him at a convention to like record something for you, like, and like when they do with selfies and such. I'd love to hear him say that, like as Sheogorath. Okay, he is an absolute treasure to voice acting. Security russet felt shirt. Yeah, it's worth it for the bait. I thought I told that thing to stop. Ah, I see. It's targeting me now. Oh, it still does. Okay. I thought I just changed the modes. Right, hang on a second, let me turn it off again. Right, because I want to know what that's actually done. I think that's opened a door there that I don't know about. What has that done? I want to know what that button does. It obviously doesn't turn this thing off. It's driving me mad. Press it one more time, I'm gonna find out. Okay. You win this round. Ah, unless it opens up the thorns over this way. But why would it? Nearly. Let's save the game, don't want to lose any progress again. So yeah, so Delta Green. What I like about it is like you basically roll a D100, and you basically just find out like, okay, have I rolled beneath what's on my character sheet? I've got 80% in explosives. That means I need to roll 70. I need to roll 80% or lower. I need to roll 80 or lower on the dice. If I roll above, I fail. If I roll below, I succeed. It's that simple. Oh dear. Yeah, lots of open space for that to happen. Let's try that again, shall we? That's better. It should have less to phase through this time. So I want to stay in stealth because I don't want to attract the attention of the Archneck down there. So yeah. So yeah, so Delta Green is like actually looking pretty good. If not that, then I might run Call of Cthulhu. But yeah. Because like my darling and I are looking for different things to do while we're on holiday. And I'd very much like to run like Call of Cthulhu or something like that. And like Call of Cthulhu looks really intimidating with this character sheet. I'm like, what the fuck does all this mean? And then it's like, it's actually not too bad. Let's have a look at that shield again. Winterbane shield, don't think it's going to be worth it as such. Yeah, dagger's worth more for its weight. Because that shield weighs 16 pounds, but... Oh dear. So the whole point of that was basically just to trigger traps then, wasn't it? It did absolutely nothing for my benefit. Oh no, I think I actually opened this way. Maybe I can kill this thing before it kills me! I can heal itself. Oh god damn it! There's a battle axe there that's worth 4,000 gold. Oh, but it weighs 76 pounds, so it's not worth that, right? Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so like I was about to look at Powered by the Apocalypse. There's a... Oh, for God's fucking sakes. Fucking hotkey shite. Yeah, this is actually reminds me of SCP. The Blood Pool one. Which is actually in the SCP Foundation RPG. I call it official, but there's very little that's actually official about SCP. It is all in Community Commons, and from what I understand, it is the largest writing collaboration project on the internet. Which is indeed rather fascinating. Nothing here, is there no schools? Doubt it. Makes a cool picture though. So anyway, yeah. So what was I talking about now? SCP, yeah. So yeah, the SCP Foundation. I was looking like, oh, that looks kind of cool, right? And then I fucking read it, and it's like, I think one of the best summaries of why the SCP Foundation book RPG is not very good is because it's basically like it's just like a quotation of a rule. An M1911 contains 7 rounds, has a range of this, does this much damage, and all this sort of stuff. Cursed Data Splitter, Night Owl, Self-Burden. Okay. So, yeah. And I just thought that was funny. Like it's like it completely misses the part the ball, in that like it's a gun fetishistic game, and it has a lot of rules on its combat, and yet like the whole point of the SCP Foundation is not to kill everything. It's not seek, locate, destroy, as the Daleks would say, or seek, locate, exterminate. It's, it's secure, contain, and protect. And, like, you're using firearms to just kill everything. Now, this works in a situation like, I think it was like SCP Pandemic, where the SCP Foundation has gone fucking bonkers. And has decided they're into... if I'm just going to go this way just to see if there's anything here that I need to know of. And it just released all the SCPs that they've got tucked away. So this is an exit, so there might actually be something here of interest to me. This might just be an exit, but I still want to try. I want to believe, guys. I want to believe. There's a skull here. There fucking won't be. But I have to choose to believe that. I'll go fucking mad if I don't. Ah, treasure. Iron traps. Amber longsword, I'll take that. I'd buy that for $1. Now I'm gonna drop more shite though. Why am I carrying that anyway? It's a cursed item. Great, it's got some fantastic novelty to it. Who gives a fuck? Alright, let's carry on our merry way back here. Find where we need to go next. So everything should be dead. Oh Christ. Wow. Have I explored everywhere in this map that I possibly can? Yes, great, let's make our way back then. So yeah, oh fuck, right, okay, we're back this way. I actually do want to explore this area, and there's some things I need to uncover down that way, but I can't go that way. Well, then we go back that way, so... I don't mind getting into combat. How the fuck do I get out of this area then? There's no other doors I can go through. Again, local map's a mess. I pity the fool who had to actually draw the local map here. It's not through there. It's through those routes, but they're locked off to me now. And I can't jump over it. So that means I have to go all the way through again and get fucking lost, right? Because there's no other way, is there? Tell me I'm not going fucking batshit. Roll for sanity, John. Jesus. Yeah, it's like the SCP Foundation book. It's like it's got some great combat rules in it, but like, how many scenarios are in that book where you actually want to kill things? You know, or even are supposed to? What scenario are you in that requires you kill the things that you're there to contain? And yes, sure, like the mobile task forces, they probably will have access to firearms. Hell, there's some that like have to deal with like Godzilla level threats. There's some that actually have like armored battalions. You know, they have tanks, they have artillery, they have jet fighters, all this sort of thing. It's fucking crazy, but it's cool and it works. I can believe that, but why are you part of one of those? If you're depending on your security level, you cannot have a helmet. If you're level 1 security, you don't get a helmet. Fucking great. Just base this on Roblox. So, yeah. Yeah, there was an SCP game for Roblox. To be honest, Roblox does look pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie. It's, yeah, it's just making a fuck ton of money. And I don't know how. I'm gonna hit that level one more time. Hello again. Nothing appears to be changing here. Situation remains fucked. So, yeah, it just seems like a bit of a mess, to be honest. Like, I will buy the book. I don't want to judge it too harshly, but from what I understand from a lot of reviews, it takes this stuff in Creative Commons, so it's completely free for anybody to use, as long as you attribute whatever licenses are necessary and all that sort of thing. And completely misinterprets it, and then it puts a price tag on it. And I don't like that at all. No. And it's definitely a game where they had a system for guns, and they like rolling dice a lot, and that's it. That's all they've got. Ah dear. Like, put it this way, like you roll your stats, and you roll 20d8. 20. 8-sided dice. One 8-sided dice 20 times for, I think, each of your attributes, or you put I can't remember exactly, but yeah. Yeah, and like essentially, why not just do 90 plus 1d8? 20d8. And bear in mind as well, your characters can just die in a single hit. A lot of the SCPs can just instantly look at them and kill them. So then you've got to spend all your time creating a new character with a really cumbersome and slow system. Do I have to consume the breath or anything like that to like pass through here? Do I have to wait for it to come back? Is it in my miscellaneous shite and miscellany? No, I can't drink it. Do I have to wait for the breath to come back to blow the roots away? I'm a bit puzzled here, guys. This is why I do not like these places. I don't like having to deal with the gnarl roots. Not one iota. Okay, so we're just going back. I'm just leaving if I can. If not, I may have to find out if there's a glitch or something. I'm really sorry that this quest this video might actually end this way, because I don't know what the fuck to do. God almighty. Yeah, there's actually no other exit that I can think. Oh, hang on, is there? I never used to use the local map, so I got lost all the fucking time, and now it is a lifesaver. Trap there. So if I go this way and continue that way, I might be able to get out. Right, there's a bit down there that I haven't been to either, so let's explore that. Yeah, so, yeah, so like the SCP game, I kind of want to run SCP. There's a lot of things you could do with it, but it does not need to be like, you do not need the guns to be as detailed as they are when your character's going to die that quickly. Like in old D&D, you'd roll 3d6 for each of your stats, you'd name a character, you'd decide what class they are based on the stats that you've got, and then you just fucking roll with it. If they die again, so be it. You don't need to spend so much time creating a character. There's no point having a massively in-depth or a time-extensive character creation kit when they're gonna die for looking the wrong way, something the wrong way, you know? There's no fucking point. But people do it, you know? Like if you're making a game where character's fragile, where the game is ultra lethal, why the fuck? Does character creation have to be so long? So we've I'm not sure if we have actually explored all our options. I'm going to keep carrying on and then I'm going to find out what the fuck is happening here. Because this is pissing me off to no end now. Genuinely is. Oh, hello! My god, we've actually found something! Back in the maze. Okay, good, good. We're right, I'm gonna save here. This is fucking amazing. Sometimes my genius is just almost frightening. Is there absolutely nothing up there? There's a skull. If these skulls have despawned, I'm gonna be pissed off. Oh, fuck! Oh, hang on. Hang on! We've done it, gang. We've found progress. Oh, sacred progress. We've crossed the bridge! Gang! We've crossed the fucking bridge! Nice animation. It's interesting how the fire blade extinguishes life. Fucking hell. Fucking hate skeleton champions. So yeah, like the point of like SCP is just basically better handled in Delta Green or Call of Cthulhu or whatever. And like, yeah, I know like Delta Green has like an emphasis on combat, but it also has an emphasis on covering things up as well. And I appreciate it is somewhat ignorant to say, like, you know, just use Delta Green for everything or whatever, or you know, like use D&D for this and that and the other. But yeah, no, Delta Green actually really works for SCP. It's not just the combat, and even then the combat is kind of, you know, it's not super complex. It's not a gun fetishistic thing at all. Like when you're getting to like Fatal levels, and Fatal's another game that I probably shouldn't talk about on YouTube. Yeah, put it this way, it's so bad it's right up there with a game that actually exists, Racial Holy War. Yeah, it's not good. It's not fucking good at all. Okay, I'm gonna go down here at risk of everything. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But like when your gun details like that in depth, are you really making an SCP game, or are you making like something that you just want to kind of just shove your own firearm fantasy game into? And it's fine if you want to make that kind of game. I have no objections to anyone making a game with like a heavy emphasis on like realistic firearms and whatnot. But even then, there's better ways of doing it. Now, apparently, people have actually played with the maker of the system, and you know, I should have maybe said this at the time, but I actually wouldn't mind have the chance of playing it. I've probably lost that chance now. Oh, that's not the thing we need? Oh, it is. What are you gonna say? How very strange. Yeah, so it's just like I've probably lost my chance of like actually ever playing this game with anyone now because of the things I've said about it. But yeah, if I could play it with the developer, who knows? Like, it might actually be as good as people have said it is who've played it. But otherwise, just reading it is kind of shit. The thing that said, I'm doing what I criticize other people for. An RPG review is objectively incomplete without playing it. It's alright reading the book, and yeah, that's fine. Like when I review RPG material, I say this is a review of the book. I can't actually go through there again. It's blocked from there and from the other side. So the rest will remain unexplored. And if I find out that the fucking skull is in there and I can't get it, I'm just going to use console commands because fuck that noise. Yeah. So I think this might be a bit of a longer episode today because I've got time today. Yeah. Yeah, I forget that we can go this way. Aha! Yeah, but like, you cannot say your review is complete. Shit. If all you're doing is reviewing the book. It's like, because like honestly, this probably sounds very ridiculous, at least to RPG reviewers. But like, I'm sorry, it's just like me taking the instruction booklet of a video game and reviewing it based entirely on that. You know? Yeah. Because after all, like, what is the book if only the means to interface with it? Can I judge a game as closely and objectively as I can based on its merits, and what it is rather than what it is not, based on its instruction manual? Well, no. I'd be laughed out of the fucking room if I did that. So why would I do that for a tabletop role-playing game? You know? No, I have to base it on experience. And it can be... And this is why I like adventures being included in the game itself. So, like, Merkborg has the Rock Black Sludge adventure. And I've run it several times now. Because it allows me to put into context those mechanics. It allows me to put the book into action. Almost makes me wish for a nuclear winter. Yeah, so but yeah, the SCP game, like, maybe it does actually run better than it looks, but I just look at some of the mechanics and I think, is this, if not worth playing, but...
Your victory at Zenithan was well won, but the war still carries on. We are vigilant.
Oh, can I could take the axe, the sword, the shields, but the bows and the arrows, which I might just do. I'll take the shield as well. Be a nice trophy.
Speak quickly.
No.
Go.
So, yeah, so with the SCP game, I'm judging it. I'm probably not judging it very well because I actually haven't played the thing. But yeah. I do love this view. I think it's gorgeous. Oh, I don't think we'll be going down that way. Right, so in that case, back to Sasselm, or maybe even the secret entrance if I can. Let's try that first. There we go. Fast way in and out. I think that's what it was perhaps trying to say earlier.
No way. I'm never talking to you ever again. After she found out what I told you, you have no idea what pain is until she... Just leave me alone. Go away. No way. Just... No way. I'm never talking to you ever again. After she found... Just...
What a pity.
You have returned with all the components? Excellent. All that remains is to choose the body parts. Fearing one day someone might manage to kill my child, I have been preparing a new body. I've created versions of each appendage. With various enhancements, you must choose one each. I am attached to them all. Artist's prerogative. Select one pair of legs, one left arm, right arm, torso, head, and heart. See me when you have finished your selections. Take all day making your choices.
Ah, so here we have a secret chamber. Where we get to decide our parts. First of all, we have the legs of nimbleness and the legs of fortitude. So one or the other. So legs of nimbleness. I imagine these will be here. I don't think I need 2 skulls. That's a legs anomalous. We don't quite know exactly what they are. Perhaps it's just for choose a different head. Helm of Power or an Angry Mind. Well, we want them to be a spellcaster, so they'll have the Angry Mind. Heart of Wound Sharing, a Heart of Spell Turning. I think Wound Sharing. They are much more likely to get into melee combat. The Breast of Life or the Breast of Magic. Let's go with the Breast of Magic. Oh, these things are actually starting to weigh me down now. Okay, let's have a look. Are they? Oh no, no, it was my feather spell. We can have an axe, an arm of chopping, an arm of bashing, an arm of slashing. Unfortunately, so that'll be like a great axe, that'll be like a mace, and that'll be like a sword. But my blade skill is probably higher, I would suspect. I would like the great axe myself, but I think this is actually based on your skills as well. See, my blade skill is going to be higher than my blunt, so I will go for the arm of slashing. And then we have the different arms: frost shielding, shock shielding, or fire shielding. We'll go for shock shielding. Yeah, that's the sort of magic that lesser Daedra are vulnerable to. Let's go for legs of fortitude as well. They are able to endure the damage. I want this gatekeeper to last a very long time.
Oh, what was that?
Choices. That took you long enough. You've made your selection. Now we travel to the statue of our Lord in the Fringe. There we will perform the ceremony. Make haste.
So we shall exit through the secret entrance. And we shall build a child together. The Doctor and the Duke. To build new life. Send some skulls for good measure.
Shall we start the ceremony? First, place the gatekeeper's body into the cistern of substantiation.
They do like their words, don't they? Oh, lovely. How very substantiation-y.
At the beginning of the worlds were 5. Fire, water, earth, air, and light. Darkness turned into day. The void took form. Hidden away by virtue of its own self-awareness was the 6th, containing within it the 5 which birthed it. Flesh! Meat! With the desire to consume like fire. Place the dermis membrane into the cistern. Blood, liquid nutrient, that ocean which casts pearls of life upon the shores of existence. Place the blood liqueur into the cistern of substantiation. Bone, branch, and stone of the body, giving shape and structure. Place the osseous marrow into the cistern. Breath, child of air, bestowing movement, the stirring of spirit. Place the essence of breath into the cistern of substantiation. And last, the light of flesh, the illumination of soul, perception, thought, memory, imagination. I summon thee, walker in flesh, flesh of true flesh, from those waters of oblivion which sire thy kind. Come to this altar, join with this body, quintessence of flesh joined with the essence of flesh, absolute in immortal, immortal, bound to contingent. Stand clear of the cistern, over here by me. Honored Daedra, fear not thy abasement. Thou shalt be the holy in this temple. I bind thee, astronaut, to this body, henceforth gatekeeper of the Shivering Isles. My child, it is time to fulfill your destiny. Stand guard in this land against all those who seek entry not bearing the mark of Sheogorath's favor. You shall know them by the codes of darkness is split. What's this? My child, they're coming! Destroy them! Show them your true power! The interlopers will run to Sheogorath. Either way, tell him of our doings here. Send him my tribute and my affections.
Let's just watch him. Alright, better join in actually and help out. Ah, it's Phyllis. Hello again.
Speak quickly. Go.
Primal Order Sword. Nice. I think we've already got one of those, haven't we? And it's not as good. Does have a lot more uses though. Ah well. Oh, when you interact with them as well, you get different gifts. Legs of Fortitude. What do the Legs of Fortitude do? Oh, is it a spell? Legs of Fortitude. Okay. Arm of Slashing. Fortified Blade. Breast of Magic. Fortified Magicka. Fair enough. Oh no, I don't want to go that way. No. That's the new gatekeeper. Oh, this is the way, it's just waiting for the lighting to return. Okie dokie, so we have built ourselves our new gatekeeper. The Ministry of Defence has now been fully formed. Now, I was wondering, like, could we actually return the old Gatekeeper arm to the original body? Because I don't think it weighs anything, or if it does, it's not very much. Yeah, let's see what our trophy is here as well. Theodon's blood, very nice. So you can see, we're getting through this quite rapidly. Oh, I don't think we've actually got one yet. No matter, let's save up and let's continue.
Always a pleasure. Congratulations on creating the Gatekeeper, Your Grace. You have rebuilt the Gatekeeper. Good show. Perhaps Your Grace should proceed on to Lord Sheogorath to give him the news? Oh, and I see you have gained a new power. Relmina's gift with summoning flesh Atronox has rubbed off on you, it seems. Perhaps Your Grace is more susceptible to our Lord's blessings than at first it seemed. Interesting. A Lord's existence. True.
Oops, no, don't do that.
A new gatekeeper! Excellent! We might be onto something with you after all. That should keep out the stragglers. And to see you've learned how to summon flesh Atronox. Relmina must like you, little Duke. But probably not in that way.
Lord Sheogorath, I apologize for the intrusion, but you must help us. Order has attacked Pinnacle Rock and routed us.
Well, well. What a turn of events this is. It's new, and I like new, even if it's bad. And this is bad. This is a particularly exciting turn of events, is it not? A perfect job for you, my newest and only noble in the realm. If Order has entered my army's stronghold, things have taken a disturbing turn. It means Order has tried subterfuge, not its strong suit. Ha ha ha! Amazing! Perhaps things aren't going as poorly as I'd imagined. You'll want to get all the details from the messenger. Unless you already have. You haven't, have you? Well, aren't you precious? Do you really not know? Haven't you noodled it all through yet? Because he is me! And I'm him! We're a bit of each other, really. I won't be here when he arrives because I'll be him! Happens every time. The Grey March starts, Order appears, and I become Jiggalag and wipe out my whole realm! Stop it! Oh no, can't do it. Believe me, I've tried. Never ends well. But you're still going to stop the Grey March. Stop Jiggalag! Me? From destroying my realm! Soon. Too soon! I can already feel the change beginning. I feel like I'm not quite here. I'm not over there yet, but I'm not quite here! And I've been having moments of clarity that are quite unlike me. Like now. Now? Nothing has changed! You deal with this messenger. Make sure my army is secure. You'll need them. Your job is still to stop it. And to stop Jiggalag. Well, you've already forced Order's hand. No stopping now. Some things can't be stopped. Trust me. I've tried. Cat's out of the bag on that one, isn't it? Who puts cats in bags anyway? Cats hate bags. Soon, I'll turn into Jiggalag. There's no stopping it. That doesn't excuse you from your duties, though. Get to it! Come visit again! Or I'll pluck out your eyes!
Always a pleasure.
That was possibly the best well-timed. Always a pleasure.
Your Grace, there is trouble. You must come quickly. Adeo sent me as a messenger to find you. Pinnacle Rock is under attack, and she needs your assistance at once. The forces of Order have overwhelmed us and forced us from the stronghold. We must regain control. It is our home, our sanctuary in the Shivering Isles. If we were to lose it, my kind would be doomed. She is leading what is left of our forces. She waits for you outside Pinnacle Rock. Please hurry to her before it is too late. Please, Your Grace, hurry to Pinnacle Rock while there's still time.
Very well. Ah, there we are. The replica gatekeeper weapon. The fucking torches are out again. Jesus. What is it with this? I think it's since this patch has been stuck like this happened before. But it always happens.
What is it you require, my lord? Knights of Order have come to destroy the realm. Take heed to the knife that strikes from behind.
How may I assist you, my lord? I don't like you and don't want to talk to you. So, for me, thanks. I don't... Take your time.
Fair enough. So all that bribery was for nothing, unless I up my personality and speechcraft. But hey ho. Yes, things are still looking a bit gloomy, I'm afraid. So, we know where Pinnacle Rock is, so we can travel there, I think. Yep, there we go. Forces of Order so far have been stopped for the most part.
Thank you for coming. I apologize for summoning you. The blame is mine. We've lost control of Pinnacle Rock. Syl let them in. We had no idea she would turn on us. They captured our commander, Dylora, and have her imprisoned somewhere inside. Our first priority must be rescuing her.
I didn't think leopards would eat my face, said woman who voted for leopards eating people's faces party.
Syl had called her aside, separating her from the group. She meant to divide our numbers when Order entered, making us easier targets. They imprisoned Dylora somewhere within Pinnacle Rock. If they killed her, she could return to us, so they keep her hostage. If we follow the waters of the wellspring, we will surely find her. Syl let them in. More than I could count. It was all we could do to fall back and regroup out here. We must free Dylora as soon as possible. She will know what to do. Forgive me for saying so, Your Grace, but I find taking orders from the Duke of Mania to be unsettling. You are the only remaining Duke, which is a situation quite unprecedented. Normally, you would never be permitted to pass within Pinnacle Rock. Given the need for swift action, the normal customs shall need to be overlooked for now. We shall be right behind you, Your Grace. I follow Adeo, Your Grace. If she follows you, then so do I.
Just get some of the fauna of dementia. For the record, and this is not much of a spoiler, but if you align with dementia, this same situation would happen, but with the maniacs in deep shit. That might be a replacement for my other sword. There's the same amount of uses, so put that one back then.
I follow it.
Yeah, it's my apologies. It's a bit hard to see in this gear, I must confess. Ooh, lovely. Take a few hearts of order. This is a gate that cannot be destroyed until I think we've actually got to kill the priest. Or do we need the tuning fork? Well, more on that later. Seems we're taking a long way around. Increase the spell consumption. Very nice indeed. Light armor as well. Let's open a gate down there, that's good. How much gold have I got now actually? I'm tearing through it quite quickly. Doesn't help that I bribed a load of NPCs and they've given me fuck all in return, but never mind. So it does, it destroys those things there. The sphincters of Jiggalag. Not actually called that, but yeah, you destroy that. You ring the chimes, it destroys those. Why those chimes exist, why Jiggalag has done this, I have no idea. It seems as though our friend has perhaps been freed from that prison.
You have my thanks for freeing me, but just who are you? Your Grace, I am sorry. I did not realize. Where is Syl? Have you seen her? That traitorous coward? Syl, the snake. She showed up, asked for a contingent of guards, said there was trouble at the palace, and that we were needed. We were so focused on organizing quickly that by the time we realized she'd let order in herself, it was too late. We were split up and picked off. But it doesn't matter anymore. The only thing that matters now is the wellspring. We must reach it at once.
Okay, I'm gonna finish this up and then I'm gonna
The wellspring of the Mazkin.
get off.
It's what links us to this realm, where we return to the world from the waters of Oblivion. If Syl helps Order sever that link, my kind will be annihilated. The realm will be lost to us. We must get to the wellspring and stop them. I will follow your lead. The wellspring is at the heart of Pinnacle Rock. Follow the waters to reach it. I am yours to command, your grace. What would you have me tell you about it? Pinnacle Rock was given to us by our Lord Sheogorath as a sanctuary and place of restoration. It is our home. It is where our numbers are strengthened, and where we return to the realm from the waters of Oblivion. What? They are a key part of the ceremony for restoring fallen comrades.
Fair enough.
The ringing of the chimes is said to help call the souls back to Pinnacle Rock, guiding them to us so they may return to our Lord's service. What else would you ask of me?
Why is Pinnacle Rock so far away from the palace? Like, it's not even close to the entrance to the realm. So, how can you respond to so quickly, you know?
The wellspring is a sinecure, a place where the animus of lost Mazkin can return to this realm from the waters of Oblivion. The darkness is a frightening place, even to us, and so our Lord has given us this beacon, a light to guide us back to him. What else would you ask of me? As you wish, your grace. What reason could she have to turn on Lord Sheogorath himself? She must know that he will find and punish her. We will catch her, and will turn her over ourselves. Her treachery cannot be allowed to stand. The waters of Oblivion lead us to the wellspring, where Lord Sheogorath has given us a place to return to his service. We must purge Order from our home.
And that we shall. Set the time real quick. Yes, I think it's... yeah. The game was going to crash then and decide, yeah, actually, yeah, you're done now.
Oh! No, the wellspring. They've stopped it up. You must make it to the wellspring and let the waters flow.
Oh. And furthermore, their bodies can't be searched. This is an effect similar to the aliens. And we will one day meet the aliens. But not in this expansion. As you can probably tell, we've got other things to deal with. What can I get rid of? Get rid of that. Get rid of another pair of robes, don't really need them. Wow. I'll take that. There's a fair few guys, yeah. Christ, that's over. Right, where to now then? I guess I'm just going to go into this room that I discovered earlier. I do want my crystal staff leveling up, I also want filling up. Make sure everything's filled up when I fight the hated foe. So when he reaches that door, he's going to have to slow down if he wants to open it up. Oh shit, I'm fucking over encumbered! There's Dawn, fine, thank God for that. I've just remembered that I can't use blades when fighting these things. Because otherwise it'll fall on the ground. And at least then it didn't face through the floor, likely because of the patch. Now they said to follow the waters, but there are no more waters to follow, I'm afraid. Wellspring has been stopped. And no kidding, it's like that's actually their life force gone. This could actually mean the end of the Dark Seducers. Or the Golden Saints if you go their way as well. deal with that priest first, I think. I think you can only disarm me in the literal sense. If I stick to hand. Because yeah, like disarmament is a cool ability, but if you can do it to them, they can do it to you. Yeah. Him. That did not appear to have actually worked. Sure I'm in trouble, aren't I? Well, that knockdown worked really well, didn't it? Have to do in quicker succession. There we go, yeah. And there they are.
I am yours to command, Your Grace. Your Grace must assist us, or we could be lost to this realm. Our own Duchess, aligned with the forces of order. An infuriating thought. She will suffer greatly at the hands of Lord Sheogorath. Your Grace has restored the wellspring and saved us. For this we thank you. We must purge order from our home. Lead on, Your Grace. I am yours to command, Your Grace. We shall not fail. The wellspring is restored. You saved us. We are forever grateful, Your Grace. Please, allow me to teach you this spell, so that you may summon our kind to you in times of need. Also, accept this gift of armor. It is the least I can do to show thanks for
No, no, please, I really don't need it.
No sign of her yet.
I
We'll do
don't
our
need
best
any
to
more.
track her down and deliver her to Lord Sheogorath for a fitting punishment. The traitor must be brought to justice. Our warriors will scour the halls of Pinnacle Rock, removing any last elements of opposition. Then, we will immediately return to our duties. Indeed, Lord Sheogorath will be anxious to hear of your victory, I am sure. Your Grace has restored the wellspring and saved us. For this, we thank you.
Dark Seducer armor. Well. Don't I look snazzy? It's not even enchanted or anything. Okay, now. Added to full suit of armour. There's the manacles of pain. Don't look any different to other manacles. Blyton hood, that's what I'm on now. I gotta get rid of something. I don't really want to get rid of the armour. Ruin's Edge. Could actually drop a bow. What a bow is it? It's a. Oh, it's an elven bow. Oh, fuck that. Right, onwards we go then. See, there's a chest in there, so we need to find the appropriate chime. Because there was an area that we hadn't actually explored. I think it might have been in the previous room, though. If I can find that chime, or just in that urn, so that's not a problem. Where is the chime that's preventing me from having that chest? Because that takes us to the exit. I was thinking, like, do I have to hit it with an arrow or something, or is it further down this way? As I say, there are parts of this place we have not yet touched. So we broke her out of a prison there. I know for a fact there's areas we haven't been to yet. That was opening the gate over there. Bench. Nice. Skulls. I doubt there's going to be any skulls here. This is like a quest area. So this way and then. Okay, that looks a lot dull. So what about over here? Okay, let's just keep going. I want to. I'm determined to loot that chest. I haven't got any room in my inventory for it, but you know, since when does that stop me from being curious about what loot I can get? My athletics skill is increasing. What is my athletics right now? 78, fucking hell. Acrobatics I was an expert in. not long ago. And now this. Aha! I haven't been through this way yet. By the looks of things. We have not adequately explored. That's why that way, lad, okay. So they made me waste all that time for a pair of fucking enchanted boots. Durable mace, not bad. Flawless diamond. Durable Diedrich mace. I'm not going to complain at that. Where to now? So up and around, okay. That way? Yep. Is there any unexplored corners of this area?
Your grace.
Nope.
Your grace.
There's the wellsprings, but no chime. Because it's there. You daft git, John. Oh, we'll use the Heart of Order to open the chest. Ah, we got 2 pretty soul gems. And nothing else of note. Great. Right, now it's time to leave and report back to Sheogorath. Our successes here. Against Order. Still remains undefeated, but at least this place is secure, and now the Dark Seducers in their entirety should now be aware of Syl's treachery. We will leave the Mad God's boot to return to the palace, and I think, yeah, Saints Watch, that's where the Saints are. I think that's one of the few locations that we haven't actually explored. Though I'm fairly certain there's probably something down this way, but yeah, there's a lot of unexplored wilderness. But who knows? Maybe there is something out there. I think before I do the next part tonight, I'm going to. How many more story beats have we got? Is it a good idea to take one of those chimes from there? Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3 by the looks of things. So, let's report to Sheogorath and see what happens now.
Always a pleasure. Time is short. You must speak to Sheogorath immediately.
Time is an artificial construct, an arbitrary system based on the idea that Events occur in a linear direction at all times. Always forward, never back. Is the concept of time correct? Is time relevant? It matters not. One way or another, I fear that our time has run out. As I feared it would, our plan has failed. The Grey March is upon us, and I must go. I thought we had more time. I thought we had a chance. Our plan has failed, and we were so close. Optimism! Ha! How adorable. I love it! Even at the end, you make me laugh. I'm lying. That wasn't funny at all. No matter. Soon you and everyone else will be dead, and I will be left a mad god, ruler of a dead realm again. What happens is what always has happened, what always will happen. I crumble, I fade, the realm dies, and you with it. Flee while you can, mortal. When we next meet, I will not know you, and I will slay you like the others. I had intended to give you my staff, the symbol of my office. But life is gone from it, as it goes from me. It is now dead wood, a useless twig. With the staff, there was hope. But now, hope is dead. I am dead. The realm.
The realm is dead! Sheogorath is dead! All shall crumble before Jiggler!
Sheogorath has vanished before we could complete the plan to stop the force of order. Perhaps her skill will know what steps we should take. Well, it's up to you, buddy. But for now, we've got to save the game. And that is where I am going to end it. So thank you ever so much for watching. Take care and ta-ta for now. And in the next part, hopefully, we shall wrap up the entirety of the main quest line of the Shivering Isles. We'll do some side quests. And yeah, I don't know if I'm going to bother doing that many side quests. I don't particularly want to do the bestiary one. You know, that's that kind of thing. I kind of just want to move on to the Knights of the Nine and start on Fallout 3 in New Vegas. But we shall see. So thank you ever so much for watching. Take care. And yeah, ta for now.